Hey, Professor Mulligan. We made it. The end of the semester. Wow. Holy. Alright, so I thought long and hard about what I was going to do my project on. This class offered me a wide range of experiences that I never had before, and I wanted to express the gratitude that I got from this class properly. I've always grown up outside of religion. Since my parents are two different religions, my mom's Jewish and my dad's Catholic. It was either a all or nothing kind of a thing, and so we chose neither. And so growing up, I had a vague conception of who God was, what God was, and I was kind of left to my own devices to find out for myself and guide myself that way, because I never really had that chance or that opportunity to. But as I got older, the conversations about God started with my parents, and it was weird. I've never felt ostracized for never following a religion, but people often ask me, they're like, so when are you gonna choose? Like, there was a due date for what I had to decide to believe in, which I thought was crazy. But I grew up in the town I grew up in was kids went to CCD and they went to church on Sunday, and my family, we would just watch football on Sundays. So it got me thinking, because most of my friends did follow a religion. If it wasn't Catholicism, it was Judaism, some Islamic, and it got me thinking, was God even real? I don't know. And my parents were very adamant on that. They definitely believed that God was real in one way or another. But they were still trying to guide me with their own values, but from afar, still letting me take the reins and have some independence on what I wanted to believe in, which I am thankful for. But it was one of the first things in my life that I had to decide for myself. And growing up, children don't really think religion is so important. So I didn't really start going to church semi-regularly until this class. It gave me the opportunity to learn what I was missing from my childhood, with also the connection to music that I grew up with. I started playing the trumpet when I was in 4th grade, and I never stopped. I still do it to this day. I love it, and I sing now. Music has just been a language and a whole embodiment of what I can identify with. Music has always just been so easy for me to learn, to process my emotions with, and I didn't understand how people could connect themselves to liturgical music or church music until this class. And it was recommended to me by other people who I respected in music, and so I was like, oh, sure, never heard of this Professor Mulligan guy, but I guess I'll give it a shot. It's a shame that I didn't listen to this kind of music before. That sounds weird. That's the thing. I really do enjoy the liturgical music, but I would not think of it as music that I can sit down and listen to on a random Tuesday evening and be like, I need to unwind. Let me just put on some Catholic tunes. I don't think anyone thinks like that. If people do, more to them. Sorry, it is not that kind of connection that I feel to it. It evokes something like in my soul, if that makes any sense. And liturgical music, the thing that I really, really enjoy about liturgical music is that it's timeless. And we talked about this so much in the course, that it is timeless. It can connect and be relevant to anyone, to any time period. And because it survived for so long, and we talked about the new wave of music and liturgical music and how people are putting in more modern styles of music, and I think it's a good concept. Leave it at concept, don't make it a reality. Do with that as you will. And the overall ideas that I got out of the music was that they want to praise and thank their God, and it places a comfort on the individual while listening, because they're thanking their God, and in turn their God is thanking them for thanking them, and it's just a constant cycle of just thanks. Which brings me to my personal experiences with the class. I experienced a hard time during the course. During my field study at Corpus Christi, I think it was in October, definitely was in October, I experienced an unexpected death of someone who was close to me at one point in my life, and life gets in the way. I heard about it the day before I had to go to the field, or 2 days before I had to go to the field study, and I still went to it. I had to go. There's only so many Sundays. I'm at a loss of words. Even now, trying to explain it after a few months of it, I'm at a loss of words for the situation, because life is unexpected. Nothing ever... You can't plan for everything. I wish. Oh, I wish you could plan for everything. That's just who I am. And I can't explain how I felt when I walked into the church. Before the music even started, it was just not a good day. Presumably. And I was just gonna go in there. I was going to go, listen to the music, record what I had to do, record the video, upload it, and be done with it. It's inexplicable, because I can't give it any justice of what then happened afterwards. The chorus swelled into song, and I look around to everyone in the congregation, and everyone's holding hands, they're smiling, and it just hit me. I understand why they come every week. Life isn't easy, and death isn't any easier. This isn't the first death I've ever experienced, but it was just the closest one to me that I could actually have an impact on, because you remember the person better the closer you are to them. And I sat there dumbstruck for the whole service, and I felt like a hand on my shoulder, and like it was like I was being hugged by my mom, and I haven't seen her in months. And it just, the music from liturgy was able to give me that sneak peek into the world that I, for years, did not understand. Didn't really want to understand, because I didn't think it was for me. Those were for those kind of people who liked going to church and like listening to church music, and people who sang in the choir. I was never one of those people. Because of my parents never pushed me to do that, and I never wanted to do that. But that day was very pivotal in my life, because it was able to let me grieve finally. And if I didn't have that experience, I don't know how I would have adjusted with this, and how I would have been able to help myself get through it. Whoa. Anyway, in the video, my original concept was to play some of the common liturgical songs that we hear in church, because the ones that we've talked about in class, the ones that I've experienced in field studies, because I'm no Mozart. I'm no Mozart. But I do enjoy playing piano, very, very basic piano, and I wanted to take the pieces and keep them the same, maybe change their style. This is all a theory that I had. I wanted to change their style and see if I can evoke the same feeling that I felt when I was in there and having it done by a professional, and then have me do it, and what are the differences, because I am no way near a professional. I don't know I still, to this day, I am not able to pinpoint what exactly they are meant to make me feel, because I think that is the thing about liturgical music. It is different for everyone. You watching this could get a different feeling from Ave Maria, and I can get something different out of it because of past experiences in my life and how I view music and how my brain works, how I think, or how I'm just feeling that day. And that is the coolest thing. So I thought if I could just replicate the songs and just see the effect that it has, because I feel like a lot of liturgical music is based on evoking a feeling, what the point of it is. Like, why am I sitting here? It's to absorb it and to be, not submiss yourself, like have a submission to God, but just feel something. And I think it's important to feel things. The church's choirs were all pretty much, they did a phenomenal job. Everyone was great. My favorite church choir was Marble Collegiate. Favorite service overall was Marble Collegiate too. But each choir had their own way of evoking a different mood out of me and different feelings and emotions. And I thought that was very interesting, how that was able to be done. And so, I am an extreme novice, like I have made very clear, obviously, if you have not got that yet. So watch me pretend to play along with the track. And I just wanted to say, this is what I believe. I believe that music is for the individual. Even for pop artists today that put out a song and millions and millions and millions of people hear it around the world. It's meant to touch the individual in a unique experience, in a unique way that is inexplicable, because little beautiful moments should be without words. You should just feel them. And that's what I got out of this class. So, thanks. Enjoy the embarrassing footage, because this needs to end on a somewhat positive note. Thanks!